Have you ever imagined finding out that the person you love is nothing like who you thought they were? Laura, an ordinary school teacher, fell in love with a quiet gardener. Simple, gentle. But one day, three men in suits knocked on her door, and from that moment on, her life turned into a fairy tale. Or a nightmare. Laura's life was as predictable as the lunch line in the school cafeteria. Coffee at 7, teacher's lounge, piles of notebooks to grade. No adventures anywhere until Alexandra showed up. Worn out clothes, old tools, and a European accent that didn't match the rest. He trimmed the rose bushes the way someone plays the piano, and during lunch, he read books in languages she couldn't even identify. His eyes, blue, but heavy like someone carrying a whole past on his back. One day she said, You read a lot. He smiled sadly and answered, Books don't betray. And sitting together on that bench under the shade of the tree, they started sharing silences, fears, stories. It was as if both were running from something or from themselves. His coffee, her cake, long gentle conversations with that warm summer afternoon sweetness. Have you ever felt like you were born into the wrong role? Every day, she answered. Alexandra saw Laura in a way no one ever had. He told her she had a beautiful soul, and she believed him. Love came slowly, like light rain, and one stormy afternoon, under that same tree, he kissed her. But after the kiss, something changed. There was fear in his eyes, fear of losing the one thing that finally felt real. 6 months later, the doorbell rang. Three men in suits, serious, the kind of men who look like they're carrying secrets in their pocket. Laura Santos? Yes. The envelope they handed her felt like it weighed a ton. Photos, palaces, headlines. Prince Alexander mysteriously disappears. Alexander the gardener was a prince, third in line for the throne, and her, just the woman who had fallen in love with a man trying to escape his own destiny. He returns tomorrow, they said. There is no choice. Her world collapsed. She ran to the school barefoot, heart racing. Why didn't you tell me? Because I wanted to be just Alexander, the man who loves you. But his world was calling him back, and he couldn't run anymore. Their last kiss tasted like goodbye. 6 months later, another knock on the door. Laura wasn't expecting anything from life anymore. When she opened it, it was him. No crown, no suit, nothing. I abdicated, he said. I chose you. He had lost everything except love. They hugged right there in the doorway, like two people finally finding home, and the rest became history. A book, a simple wedding, coffee every evening under the same tree. Because sometimes the real happily ever after is choosing to be human. The big revelation wasn't that he was a prince, it was that even losing a throne, he gained the only thing that truly matters, the freedom to love. If this story touched you, leave a like and comment. Love always finds a way. And subscribe to watch more stories that touch the heart.